What is up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at a very cool figure, if I do say so myself. This is the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia Dabi, and I am very interested in this figure. Now, I will say I am not a big fan of My Hero, but my wife loves it, and it's got a little soft spot for me. And with season 8, I believe, just around the corner, coming out in October of this year, it's gonna be very interesting to see it all end. And yeah, it's definitely interesting. And we're rewatching everything now, and we're on season 7 right now. And yeah, we just haven't watched season 7 before, so this is interesting. Same with season 6. Season 6 was pretty interesting. But whatever your opinion is on the franchise, the toy lines do look very cool, and what I've seen from Revoltech, they've done some pretty cool stuff, and I really am thrilled to be taking a look at this figure. I got this guy forever ago when he first came out, and it was mainly just a gift for my wife. But since we're taking a look at My Hero and the show is finally coming to an end, I decided to take a look at this particular figure. Now, this is a really cool box. I actually really do like this box art. It is very, fancy looking. Like, it looks very high end when you take a look at it. You know, you've got the very nice image of Dabi there, which uses his little effect pieces there. Really does look nice. You do have a very nice and sleek logo right here, and some other information as well. On the side of the box, you do have some images of the figure, plus the Revoltech logo. On the other side is also a image of Dabi right there, which does look pretty cool. Really like that. Top of the box is just standard stuff there. Bottom, nothing crazy going on there. And at the very top, or the very back, it has a bunch of different poses you can have this guy in, and of course some little interesting details there, and just a bunch of different poses that you can do with this guy. And it's quite fascinating to see everything. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to take a look at this guy. So taking the figure out, it's super simple. You just got to slide him right out of there. The box opens up a little differently from the sides. I don't know if you saw that, but it's pretty interesting. Now, this guy comes with a ton of accessories, so we're going to be here just for a minute, so I hope you guys are ready for that. But he does come with a little instruction booklet if you guys are either curious or wondering if if the figure has some things hidden. It tells you pretty much everything, not almost everything. There's some things that it does leave out, but we will discuss that in the video. But so far, it does look pretty nice, and it looks like it goes over everything. And the figure itself is very impressive. I am very thrilled of how good this figure looks. I really love the detailing on this guy. I am a huge fan of the outfit. It looks so cool. I really like everything about it. The boots have really cool detailing. Pretty simple, but do have like that nice little zipper there. The pants have very nice wrinkling and these little stitch marks here, which I really do like. I think that really does fit the character well. You do have the belt there, which is a nice gray with some silver. The shirt is nicely wrinkled and white. Love the stitching all over that little coat. I think that's really cool. It goes all the way up to the sleeves too. Love the kind of metal parts that he's got on his sleeves there. I think that's cool. The skin detailing of the burn parts and of the non-burn parts are very good, and I love those staples into his skin. I love it. You can see that all around the figure pretty much, and it looks beautifully done. And I really do love the amount of detail that is in this figure, and honestly, it looks very lifelike. The back of the figure does look very nice as well. You can see there's some detailing on kind of like the back end part of the coat. Looks really cool. If it wasn't for all of these gaps and stuff, because this is a very posable figure, and if it wasn't for all those he would look straight out of the cartoon, but so far he looks very nice. He's very easy to pose, I would say. There are some things that fall off, which they will in the video. It's mainly just the shoulder parts, but it looks so good. It really does look super good. And speaking of posability, he does have some pretty decent range in his posability. So he does have a neck posability. He does have a ball joint at the neck, at the very base and at the top of the neck. Can't look up and down that far. He's got some side to side, and you can see there working the base of the neck. So very nice range here. So this is where I ran into the little bit of a problem. The arm goes out that far. It can do a full rotation. For some reason, that little shoulder piece does like to pop off, but he does have a nice little hinge joint going on there. Not really much of a butterfly joint, but it's still kind of there. He does have a swivel at that elbow too. It's very tight, but it is there as well. Also has a rotation here at the elbow area. Also can bend at the elbow, which it goes pretty deep, which I was not expecting it to go that deep for some reason. He's got a nice swivel at the hand, got a hinge joint as well, and it's very nice. Super easy to take the hands off though, so yeah, just got to be careful with that. He does have a ball joint at the waist, which is very tight, but he can crunch, which is very nice. He can crunch to about that far, and he can go backwards that far, which honestly is very good range. And of course, he's got some swivel here, swivel at the waist here as well. A little bit of shiftiness at the kind of shirt part, which is nice. He does have some posability at the legs there, got some shifting kind of thigh areas, I guess you'd say. It does have swivel at the thigh. Now there is like a seam line at the leg, which you can kind of see there, that I thought moved, and it might move, but for some reason on my copy it doesn't. So if yours does move, that's what I figured would happen, but whatever. It does have a very nice bend at the knee though, which I really do like. I think that bends very nicely. He's got a swivel at the boot. He's of course has some up and down as well. It's also on a ball joint too. He's got some up and down at the foot, a very nice pivot, and a nice little toe bend. So posability on this guy is very nice, and we're not done yet because he's got some ball joints going on at the kind of skirt part, which is pretty annoying. I mean, I don't care for this kind of design, but Revoltech is kind of known for this. But it is some ball joints, some hinge joints going on there. I really don't feel like testing the range too much on this because I do not want to break it. That's the last thing I want to do with this figure. And I'm just being a little bit more careful. You can push the joints a little bit further probably than I would. But yeah, just be wary of that. But it is really cool to see all of that detailing. And he, of course, he does have a very nice array of hands, but one of them's missing. I really don't know what happened to it. This thing has been in the box, and I swear it had every piece of accessory, but for some reason that hand is missing, and I know for a fact I didn't lose that on my own, so something must have happened. But he does have a very nice pair of kind of these weird, not grabby hands, but I guess you can make them choking hands or something. Got some very nice fists. He's got some kind of more relaxed hands here, which I do like. I like the relaxed hands. He's got these hands as well, which are mainly used for his fire effects, and they're very nicely detailed. I really do like the stitch work going on there in the skin, and it flows into the forearm very nicely as well. And he's got these little holes here, which you can put the flame effects. And he also has these two little weird hands. They're actually hands. I probably thought it was something else, but no, it is not. But to attach these to his actual arms, you have to take out these little joints here from the forearm. And basically, I hope I show how I do this. Oh yeah, also, this is also a hand we had too. Disappointing hand. But see that you do take that part out, and you gotta replace that with this. And these are supposed to slide into these little pockets here. Very, very cool that they added this, and you just got to slide it into the hand here, and it's very tricky getting them both on here with him standing kind of up straight. So you really got to mess with it. I couldn't necessarily get it perfect on how I wanted it to, but this is basically as good as I could get it with him leaning to the side a little bit. It looks really good. I am very happy they did this. They did not have to, but it looks so good. I've never seen a figure do something like this before. It really makes him a little bit more lifelike instead. And as you can see, it does pop out, but the other one is on very nicely. Now he does have very nice head sculpt, which I really do like. I love how the hair looks. I love this head sculpt. All of them are going to look like this. They all look so good. And he's got this kind of normal expression here. Really do like it. I love the detailing of the eyes. I think the eyes are beautifully done. Got the eyebrows, got the kind of scarring underneath the eyes with the stitching. And of course the scarring on the jaw with the stitching as well. The hair is very nicely sculpted all the way around. And with this figure, he does have a shifting back hair movement. So if you want to have him look up a little bit more, it shifts out of the way a bit. So I do like that. To take the actual head out, you pretty much have to take the front of the hair, and then you can pop this part out, and then you can replace it with a pretty good amount of head sculpt. So this one looks very similar to this one. I really don't know the difference. I tried my best to figure out what looks different about it, and it looks the same to me. So I guess you get two. I don't know. One of them probably goes onto the other head or something. I don't know. This one is very nice. The smile is shown a little bit more, and he's got a little bit of a side-eye going on there. Do like that. That's pretty cool. He's got the same thing for the other side, so it's pretty much the same expression, just the eyes facing the other direction. So that looks pretty cool. He does have some other head sculpts, which this one is a little bit more of an evil one, which I really do like. I think they did a fantastic job with this one. This one might be my favorite because it just looks so good and evil. I think that looks very, very nice. He's got this one that almost looks like he's mocking whoever he's talking to, but I really do like how that mouth is open like he is speaking, and the eyes are a little bit more squinted. Really do like that. I think that's really cool. And then he's got this one, which is a little bit more of a chaotic one, like he is just like on the hunt, or he's in a battle, just mocking whoever he's fighting. Love the teeth detailing. Love how the eyes just look crazy. It's all very nicely done. And of course he does have this face too, which is a little bit of more smiley face, which I think we took a look at. But this is really cool that he gets two different kind of head sculpts. He's got the normal black hair, and he's got his nice normal kind of white hair, which works the exact same way, and it looks really cool. I prefer the regular white. I think that looks nice. I really like the natural hair color going on there. Really, really cool. He does have these two effects here, which look pretty nicely done. I really do like them. These are his flame effects, and something that I do not show on camera, which also they're very sharp, so be careful there. And they also feel a little bit flimsy, so be careful with messing with them. But something I don't show is that you can split them apart, which I probably will. You'll probably see it in a little bit. He also does come with these two flame parts here, which look very, very cool. I really do like the sculpt work on these. And of course they have these little tabs where you can plug it in, and so did the other ones as well. So very cool overall. I really do like the flame effects that we get. The next effect that we do get is a stand, which doesn't really count as an effect, but it's a stand, so it looks really cool. I do like the stand. It's very simple stand, nothing crazy going on there. It's got a nice little kind of hinge jointed kind of cradle, I guess you'd call it. But it does look nice. It does have a swivel at the base and a couple hinge joints, and this little waist clamp going on here, which looks very nice. And if you don't want that, you can plug this into his ass, which, yeah, I don't think I show, but you can plug it in, so that's pretty nice. And you also do come with this little pole here, which pretty much works the exact same way, but it's meant for something very, very special, and we will take a look at that in a second. But that pretty much just goes into any one of these holes, but what it holds is the whoosh effect, which I think is very cool that they added this. I think that's a very nice little addition for this entire display. And I think that even though he doesn't have a crazy display stand, this is a very nice simple way to do it. And how it works is you pretty much just gotta slide it in between the little gaps here and it stays on very nicely, and it's really cool. But that is pretty much all of his pose abilities and his accessories. This is a very good figure. I have to say, this is a very, very fun, very good, detailed, and very posable figure. And it's, I don't know, it's just really cool to see. I think this was my first My Hero figure, and I think Revoltech really blew this particular character out of the water. I think that they did a fantastic job with detailing, the painting, and the sculpt work. I love all of the expressions of the faces and just how gnarly he looks, and I think that he does look like a badass. Very, very cool character, and I really do like everything that we got going on here. I loved posing him. Posing him was a little bit of a challenge because, you know, just getting him into these proper poses is always very hard, especially when you're like messing with these very high-end figures. But I think I did a pretty decent job going forward, and I think he was definitely very fun to mess around with. So very cool figure. I am very, very happy and pleased with this figure, and you can see a lot of the shots I am just very happy with, and I love all of them. And he's pretty cool. He does actually have some holes on the side of his leg and on the arms too, so you can plug in the effect parts there. But yeah, that's basically the figure. He's really cool, and I'm very happy to have him and review him. Now, something I almost forgot to do is a little bit of a size comparison. So there he is. He almost stands to about 6 inches, and here he is next to the Doom Slayer, which I am very happy. This is the Figma Doom Slayer. This is the NECA Frankenstein, and a future review, the Ultimate Edition Rhea Ripley. And that's pretty much the size comparison going on there. I really like this figure. He is a really cool character. I really have a lot of love for this character. So I've grown to love him since I first saw him and knew that my wife really liked this character. So he's a cool character. I really do like him. I love his vibe. I love his story, and I love this figure. So, obviously, saying all of that, it's a 5 out of 5. The detailing, the posability, the amount of accessories, and the amount of fun that you can have with this figure is amazing. And, you know, actually knowing the character and actually meeting him, because I actually did get to meet this guy in person, the voice actor. He was very nice, and it was super fun, so that was really cool. But yeah, really awesome figure, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, I know it seemed a bit rushed, just a little bit, but I am very happy with how this review came out. It was very fun. I had a lot of fun with this one. I'd love to actually get some more Revoltech My Hero figures. There's some other characters that I really would like, and a lot of them are some of my favorites from the show. So I think it'd be kind of cool to get some of them, and I think that Revoltech is a pretty good company to get them from, because there's just so much posability and stuff going on there. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Not my usual type of video. I don't do a lot of anime stuff because I don't watch anime, but still, it was very fun to take a look at this guy. So I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you guys in the next toy review. Take care. Love you show. See you later. Bye-bye.